So I'm in a different location today, but I want to share about our passion. In her book on the chakras, or if we want to keep it Kabbalistic, we can say the sphirot, or the spheres. Solar plexus is like part of the Tiferet orbit, and the Tiferet orbit, the sphere, the wheel is the chest, and there's a lower aspect to it which is called the solar plexus. This is the area of right under the heart before you reach the belly button. And this is like solar, meaning sun. It's like our inner sun, our power. And we went a little bit into this in a previous video, but now we're going to talk about some questions to explore and some affirmations. And this connects us to our passion. Underneath this is our desires. So let's do some affirmations. This is the book by Liz Simpsons. I accept and I value myself exactly as I am. I know I'm becoming the best person I can be. I determine to treat myself with honor and respect. My personal power is becoming stronger each day. I am my own person. I choose how to think and be. I choose how to behave. I deserve all the love, respect, joy, and prosperity that comes to me. I am open to receiving all life's good things. Now, these are some important questions to ask ourselves. How do I use anger? Controlled anger is a healthy expression of personal power. Two, who do I admire who owns themselves and demonstrates personal power? For me to emulate and imagine what they would do in certain situations. 3, what risks can I take? What fears can I equalize about another person or to strengthen the personal power base? And 4, what are some recent subservient actions that help me gain? And what do I gain? How can I prevent it? And what can I visualize as a more empowering outcome? So to answer these questions, this is what I wrote within the last 2 years, probably closer to 2 years ago. This is very important for me to receive now because I feel that I've been holding on to anger, so I'm meant to read this at this moment. And so first of all, in terms of channeling my anger or frustrations or what's under it, hurt or desires that are not being met, so I looked into it. Lecturing, singing, dancing, biking, praying, crying, exercising is a big one that I haven't been doing for a long time. And definitely besides for making art, just in general, surrendering to that energy, the creative energy that passes through as a fire, without resistance, burning up all that's triggered. I'm thinking about a woman in my neighborhood. The second question was who to admire, and so I wrote, there was a woman in my neighborhood. Her name is Mrs. Simon. She just keeps going and stays in possibility and warmth and modesty, and she gives light and life to her children as the individual plants that they are, giving each one nurture and water. And she gives her husband support in his chosen identity and their lifestyle for them. I would think it's a good idea for anyone to fill these out at this time. Like I would say, why not? I could do them again at some point now or in the future, and see if the answers change. But even just to do it once is great and have the information for whenever you might need it. Number 3, which was what risks and equalizing the fear. So think about, I can give people more time and space to decide how they feel and what they want on their own, of their own free will, and I can allow myself to show up unprepared, which may lead to me seeing things as regrettable or mistakes. And number 4, the question is subservient actions that help me gain what, and how can I prevent it? What can I visualize as a more empowering outcome? So I felt like, at the time of writing this, I felt like a failure for not meditating or typing enough or being punctual, instead of seeing how elevated it is to let go of control and forcing. Letting go of control and letting go of forcing. And I remember having a talk with a man. I would say he's, in my hindsight, he did incredible wickedness. But it doesn't mean that some of his comments didn't come from wisdom. So he said, when we take back love from the father and control from the mother, the judgment from the father, the values from the mother, and return to what we always wanted, we can take it back and stop giving it, and then jettison the baggage, let go of it. Because people have pieces of me where it's a big puzzle, and that the fire that brought us into the world saddles us. And I'm learning to feed the constructive and creative fire instead of the destructive one. That's the alchemy. So these are my takeaways from a conversation with him. His name is David Shwecke, but after what I learned about him and after I saw his choices, and I'm not saying anyone is completely wicked, but he chose to be wicked, I had to let a lot of his wisdom become garbage, because you have to consider the source where you get it from. But it is important to think about those things. And finally, in terms of the heart, we'll start today, and then we'll go into it in another future video. The heart is about unstuck love. This is like the Tiferet I mentioned, but the higher Tiferet. So it's like the idea in the culture of the chakras is, they say it's like the sound of two things not touching. Unstruck, not unstuck, I'm sorry. Unstruck love. And when we think of fire and water and earth to air, it goes from substance to ether. And when we think of a doe, an antelope, a mare, a deer, a mare, like a female horse, we think of these like elegant, flighty, sort of galloping, running. We have matter and soul on top of each other, a constant, enduring, regardless of the external, independent of family, friendship and work and tribe, just a balanced, unconditional, solid truth, even though it's, intangible. And it's all about joy and forgiveness, compassion, wideness, boundless, wonder, wander, open, relating, acceptance, really built on compassion as we go from a physical to a spiritual focus. And the idea of the chakras is that you have these 12 petals surrounding, these like petals that can open up. And maybe I should just continue there's not much more. Let's see if we can finish it for today. So some affirmations that we can do in order to connect is, I send love to everyone I know. All hearts are open to receive my love. I accept. Let's say that again. I'm going to say that one again. I send love to everyone I know. All hearts are open to receive my love. I accept that pain is an essential part of my growth and development. I love myself for who I am and the potential within me. All past hurt I release into the hands of love. I'm grateful for all the love that's in my life. The love I feel for myself and others is unconditional. Love will set me free. Others love the best they can. Other people deserve my compassion. If someone doesn't love me, quote unquote, enough, they may be limited in their expression of love, and they deserve my compassion. These are some questions that we can look at and see what comes up. Again, I wrote these within the last 2 years, and one might want to do it once and then see how it is again. in the future. So first of all, do I respond via mind and intellect rather than the heart focus on true feelings without judging? Because the heart has the answers. So I thought, I've had the bad thought programming that the most important thing is to know, even false information, but a direct experience of soothing is what I need. 2, how much do I feel connected with others? My answer was I feel too self-involved where I connect with others via false identity of having more self-knowledge than others. It's a beautiful thing to witness that so much has changed since I wrote it. 3, am I hard on myself for failing? Oh wait, there was a little more to the last one. I feel too self-involved where I connect with others via a false identity of having more self-knowledge than others because I assume they don't have self-knowledge and I have to do all the connecting. 3, am I hard on myself for failing? My answer was I failed at being the embodied woman I thought I'm supposed to be. That's deep and profound. Okay. And I'm still trying to feel like a success as the woman that I am. 4, do I put on a good face instead of acknowledging real pain so I can move on? And my answer was I struggle to embrace my growing self as my upgraded selves that live in potential because I don't want to lose the opportunities that are available to me in the future, but it's premature to try to get what I haven't fully downloaded the guidance and desire for. I'll read that one again. Do I put on a good face instead of acknowledging real pain so I can move on? And my answer was I struggle to embrace my growing self as many upgraded selves that live in potential because I don't want to lose the opportunities that are available to me in the future, but it's premature to try to get what I haven't fully downloaded the guidance and desire for. And 5, am I compassionate or do I judge? And my answer was I was so vulnerable and brainwashed and coerced and guilted and pressured by those empowered by me that I got wounded, and now I try to protect myself with strict, harsh judgments. And finally, we listen. What does our heart have a message for us? What my heart tells me, I need someone to give me security that they'll take care of everything because they're sure of the compatibility. And I want to finish with a comment as we let go of this portion of the teachings about passion and moving from the heart to the love, from the power to the love. And there's this saying, and I don't know who came up with it, but love of power, is very different than the power of love. We need power and we need love. We need some level of power. We can think of the serenity prayer of anyone who's recovering and learning boundaries and growing and facing challenges. We say, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. So here we have serenity as a power to let go. We have courage as a power to do what we need to, and we have wisdom as a power to know the difference. And I'd like to just make a comment. Shifra Chana Hendrie, she says that the opposite of a profound truth is usually another profound truth, not a lie. That's from Albert Einstein. So we will stop there. I finished the heart one. We didn't have to leave it for another time. And I wish everybody a good Shabbos, a marvelous Shabbos, a wonderful Shabbos, a beautiful weekend. Bye.